Hey everyone, it's Krowicki and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2022 Toyota Tacoma SR5 Trail Special Edition package. Let's get started. So the Trail Edition package is only available if you get the 4x4 double cab short bed version of the SR5 trim. It has the same 3.5 liter V6 engine that all the Tacomas get. However, this Trail Edition has a couple extra things which we're going to go over today. Starting off in the front of the truck, instead of having the Toyota emblem on the grille, we have the heritage style grille here, and you can see if we come up real close, the Toyota lettering is in bronze. And you can see just below the lettering, we have this little plate right here that kind of blends into the grille. This is the millimeter wave radar, which is going to control some of the Toyota safety sense functions. This Tacoma also doesn't get the LED headlights because it is based off of the SR5 trim. And down below, you can see that we do not have fog lights. Down below the truck, we do have a skid plate. However, it is not the TRD stamped one that you would see like on the TRD Pro. Moving over to the side, you can see these bronze 16-inch wheels, and the center cap says Toyota on them. The tires are Goodyear Wranglers and the size is 265/70/16. Now, unlike the TRD Off-Road, which gets the Bilstein shocks, or the TRD Pro, which gets the Fox shocks, we have the standard Toyota Tacoma shocks here. However, we have a 1.1 inch lift in the front and a 1/2 inch lift in the back. Moving over to the side here, we have a black Tacoma badge. And if we go over to this door handle, you'll notice that we don't have keyless entry, and that is because we have a regular key on the Trail Edition. The mirrors here have turn signal indicators built in on the side, and we do also have blind spot monitors because this also has the technology package. Let's move over to the back of the tailgate where you can see that the black badging continues. Underneath the 4x4 emblem, we have a trail emblem right here, and it's kind of outlined in that bronze coloring. We have Tacoma stamped into the tailgate, and then you can see we have our reverse camera right over here. Moving further down, we have our trailer light input, and if we go just a bit lower, we have our tow hitch receiver. In the bed now, you can see we have 2 storage containers, and the one that's on the driver's side actually is insulated, so it doubles as a cooler. There's 2 sets of keys that come in the glove box of the truck, and as long as these are unlocked, just pushing on them right here is going to open them. And on the passenger side of the bed, we also have a power outlet. Moving inside the Trail Edition now, you can see that the seats are actually fabric because this is an SR5 trim. However, you can see that the stitching on the headrests and all along the seat is bronze. On the door card over here, we have a couple of small little pockets, and you can put 2 water bottles down here. Now for the window switches, only the driver's side front window is going to be one touch. So for all of the other windows, you're going to have to press and hold down. And also the driver's seat here is power controlled. It's going to be manual for the passenger side though. Now before we fully get in, we have a couple of switches here. We have our traction off button, a blank switch right here, bed lighting controls, automatic high beams, and our on and off switch for that power outlet. And one of the very special things about this Trail Edition is that it has a rear diff locker. Now that rear diff locker is actually located all the way up at the very top by the sunglass holder. So it's going to be this button right over here. I don't really know why Toyota didn't decide to put it right here in one of these blank switches, but they decided to put it separately at the top. All right, inside now, let's take a look at these gauges. So we have 2 big gauges with 1 screen in the middle. You can see we have 7 miles on this truck. And I actually really like these gauges because they have these really big numbers. And I really like the air vents in this Tacoma. So you can see we can push them to open, and then we can direct the airflow whichever way we want. And I'm also a really big fan of this steering wheel. So we have this nice grippy leather right here on the sides, and then the top and bottom of the steering wheel just have this leather. We also have some steering wheel buttons. So on the left side of the steering wheel, we have mainly the multimedia controls. And on the right side, you can use these top buttons right here to control the screen right here between the gauges. And at the bottom, we have our radar cruise control and lane depart assist buttons. The cruise control stalk is still behind the steering wheel. It's only going to be if you want to use the radar cruise control, you're going to push this button here. Moving over to the center here, we have an 8-inch touchscreen, which has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is wired. And if you're going to want to use that, it's going to be this USB right here. There's dual zone climate control here as well, so we can have different temperatures for both the driver and passenger side. And then we also have our transfer case right here, which is 2 speeds, so we have 4 high and 4 low. If you want to use that differential locker that we have up at the top here, you're going to have to be in 4 low. And below the climate control, we have a couple of extra buttons over here, so you can see we have the blind spot monitor on and off. There's a 12-volt power outlet. We have that USB for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then we also have an open and close for the rear sliding window. We also have some storage down below those buttons, so I like to put my phone here as I'm driving a Tacoma. And then we have our 2 cup holders beside the shifter. 1 more cup holder right here. This one probably won't fit a cup, especially if you're putting the car in drive, but you can put something else here. So maybe some people like to put their phone here. I like to put mine down over there. Now for a truck, the center console is a little bit small. However, we do get 2 more USBs down here, and there's also 2 cup holders for the back seats behind that center console. On the passenger side, we have our locking glove box here. We can see that Tacoma is stamped into that glove box there. And then if we keep going over to the passenger door card, there's a little bit more storage. So right over here behind the window switch, we have another storage pocket. And then just below there, we can put 2 more water bottles. Let's move up from the dash now, where we have an auto dimming rear view mirror with a compass on it as well. So as you're driving, it'll tell you what direction you're heading in. However, this does not have home link, so we don't have buttons for your garage remotes. Up at the top, we have that sunglass holder as well as that rear differential locker. So if you're off-roading and you got one of the rear wheels in the air, you can lock the rear differential as long as you're in 4 low, and then both your rear wheels are going to spin at the same speed. Then we also have an emergency SOS button here as well as our light controls. Let's move along into the back seats now. You can see we have some more storage with bottle holders on the doors. There's those 2 cup holders that we mentioned earlier behind the glove box. Now there are no USBs back here. We also have a storage pocket behind the passenger seat, but not behind the driver's seat over here. Now, unlike a lot of cars in the back row here, we can't just fold down this middle seat and get some cup holders. However, we do have some storage underneath these seats. So if I dig my hand right here into the seat and lift it up, you can see we have a little safe right here, so we can open it and then we can store some things down here. Now this is also how we're going to fold down the rear seats. So we're going to lift up the bottom portion first and then pull up on the tab right here for the back portion. And then as long as that headrest is removed, we'd be able to fold this down all the way. And if you're wondering what's inside that cardboard box, it's just going to be floor mats that are going to go down here. Now lastly, we have another light control up here at the top, as well as some grab handles here in the back. We also have a grab handle on the passenger side over there in the front. However, I'm really disappointed that Toyota doesn't put a grab handle anymore on the A-pillar there for the driver's side. So that's going to wrap it up for the overview. This is one of my favorite looking Tacomas. I really love the bronze wheels, especially on this Lunar Rock color. And the lock-in bed storage is one of my favorite parts. It's really nice to have a cooler in the back of the bed as well. So if you're fishing or if you just want to put drinks back there, you can do that without having to carry a cooler. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. We have plenty more 2022 Toyotas and other new vehicles on the way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.